Hey everyone, welcome back. We're diving into some pretty heavy stuff today.
Yeah, this one's definitely thought-provoking.
We're looking at the rise of single motherhood.
And specifically, its impact on the Black community.
We're working with excerpts from, well, we don't need to get into the specifics,
Right.
but it really digs into how this whole thing is played out.
It's interesting, right? Because initially, single motherhood was presented as this, empowering thing for women.
Yeah, totally. Like you're breaking free from these traditional roles.
Exactly. And with, government aid and all that, it seemed like it could work.
Like a viable option.
Mm-hmm. But when you zoom out and look at the long-term consequences,
Especially for Black communities.
it starts to get complicated.
Yeah, and that's what I found so interesting about this text.
Yeah.
It doesn't shy away from the tough stuff, like the downsides.
The unintended consequence.
Exactly. It talks about how there's been this huge increase in fatherless households.
And, the link between that and things like poverty.
Higher poverty rates, specifically in these communities.
Right. And it's not just about, a different family structure.
It's about these ripple effects.
Across generations.
Yeah, exactly.
Think about it. A young boy growing up without a dad around consistently, he might have trouble, dealing with his emotions, forming strong relationships.
Makes sense.
He might not have those positive male role models.
To, guide him.
Yeah, through all those tough stages.
Growing up, becoming a man.
And those struggles, those individual struggles, they become part of these bigger societal issues.
So it makes you question that whole initial idea of empowerment, doesn't it?
Absolutely.
Like what seemed like individual independence might have actually contributed to a less stable society overall.
It's about unintended consequences.
Yeah.
We try to do good with social policies, but
we don't always see the long-term impacts.
on families, communities.
Right. And I feel like there's another side to this too.
Oh, absolutely.
The text focuses a lot on fatherlessness. But what about the mothers?
You're right. You're right. It's like they're carrying so much.
The financial burden, raising kids alone.
And the emotional strain.
Plus societal judgments.
Lack of support.
Right.
And it's not about pointing fingers or blaming anyone.
No, not at all.
It's about seeing the whole picture.
Understanding their experiences within this big societal shift.
Exactly.
And it all comes back to fathers, doesn't it?
It really does.
Their role is so important.
And often overlooked.
Yeah, it's more than just providing money.
Way more. Studies show involved fathers. They help kids in so many ways.
Cognitive development.
Emotional well-being.
Social skills.
They bring balance to the family.
Create stability.
And that helps kids thrive.
So what now? I mean, this text, it's kind of, it's heavy stuff.
Yeah, but it's not about getting overwhelmed.
It's a call to action.
Exactly. We got to rethink what empowerment really means.
It's got to be about more than just the individual.
Right. It's about kids, communities.
Their well-being.
We need to support all kinds of families.
Yeah.
Invest in programs that actually help single parents.
Provide resources, guidance.
And promote responsible fatherhood.
Get dads involved.
Make it a priority.
Wow, this is a lot to unpack.
It is. It is.
But it's so important.
Absolutely.
And it leaves us with a big question.
A real challenge.
How do we move beyond just talking about these issues?
How do we actually create change?
How do we build a future where all families, no matter what they look like,
have the support they need
to thrive? That's something to think about.
Definitely worth pondering.
Thanks for joining us for this deep dive.
Until next time.